Boom. Good morning, world. As always, I hope you woke up this morning feeling well rested after a great night's sleep and are feeling enthusiastic, energetic, and optimistic about the day to come. Let's talk a little bit about pain and suffering. Pain is of the body, suffering is of the mind. When we feel pain, it's an unpleasant sensation that's typically in the body, and it's because of a misalignment. Something is not working in proper alignment. When we talk about alignment, from an engineering standpoint, all things have their place to function properly, mechanically. And our body's no different. Whether it's our spine, whether it's our hips, whether it's our knees, ankles, even our feet, right? If things aren't situated in the proper alignment, so to speak, then it won't be able to move in conjunction with all the other parts that are supposed to cooperate with it. So if we can get things in the right position and learn how to use them in coordination with other things that are in the right position, then we can largely eliminate pain. Now, we're talking about chronic pain from lifestyle choices or certain patterns of behavior that we've adopted over the course of our lives. If you have some chronic or acute condition, rather, an injury, some kind of traumatic event that happened to the body, then it's going to take a lot more time to get back into alignment. So, for instance, if we got in some sort of accident and it caused our vertebrae to separate or to shift, and the surrounding fascia and muscle tissue around that got inflamed and it cushioned that area to prevent it from further damage, it might stay there and hold that position in misalignment to prevent further damage. Now, we have to go through physical therapy, we have to do certain stretches, certain anti-inflammatory approaches to diet, so we can correct that and get it back into place. Now, that's an acute condition. Most of us, right, largely, in my experience, many of us have a lifestyle or a chronic condition, something that we do that keeps us out of alignment for long periods of time. We don't really realize it. We just look at it as a part of life or something that's necessary, and therefore it's a little more difficult to find the answer on how to change that. Now, when we talk about suffering, right, I'm just going to shift gears a little bit. We've got the pain in the body. Does our body suffer? Not necessarily. But our mind, the thoughts and the emotions that surround the pain that's in the body can cause suffering. For instance, you get hurt in a soccer game, you roll an ankle, and you're in pain for maybe a minute. But the adrenaline, the endorphins shoot to that point of the body. Inflammation happens. You get up. You no longer feel any pain. So you're running through the game for the rest of it and playing. And this happened to me before many times. And then after the game, when the adrenaline calms down, the endorphins subside, then you're feeling pain at a larger degree. And then for the rest of the day, you're mad at yourself or upset with yourself for not recognizing the injury for what it was at the time. And now you've caused further damage, and now you're limping for a week while you're trying to go about your business. And that is the suffering part of it. You're judging yourself. You're criticizing yourself. You are feeling sorry for yourself as you hobble around, maybe on crutches, hopefully not. But that's the difference. So the pain is in the body. The suffering is how we feel about it. Now, we can always change how we feel, right? We just have to monitor our thoughts. Think about this. Why am I so hard on myself? Why am I so judgmental about myself? Why am I so critical of the decisions I make? If we can answer those questions to that why, and it might be a big why, it might take a little time for you to really unwrap all of that. But once we find the answer to it, then we can make an adjustment and get our mind, our thoughts, and our emotions back in alignment and eliminate the suffering, right? Largely, suffering is a choice. And that's a very controversial thing to say, especially to someone who's in an increased amount of pain right now, because they might be suffering from that, the thoughts that are surrounding it. And if you are, you don't see any way out of that. So I apologize for sounding insensitive for anyone that might feel like they're in the depths of suffering right now. But what I can tell you is that you are more powerful than you can possibly imagine. You know, you are gifted with the faculties, the psychological faculties, the physical faculties, and the emotional faculties from source, from your higher power, from whatever created all of us and put us here. It gave us everything that we can possibly need. So when we realize that, when we know that, we can look at our ability to change, our ability to reprogram our own mind, ability to condition ourselves towards joy and happiness. And it really gives us a sense of empowerment and responsibility over ourselves that is life-changing, life-transforming. So the message really today is to take a look at when you're in pain, right? Notice if you're suffering that certain situation, and then go within and think to yourself, do I have the power to change the way that I feel about this? Do I have the power to reframe my thoughts and emotions surrounding this? And if you spend enough time contemplating that or meditating on that, then you'll know that it's true. You do have the power. You do have the ability to change your circumstances, no matter what they are. The internal circumstances. External, we can always do so much about, but the internal, we have the ability to change just like that. So I'm hoping that this message makes sense to you. I'm hoping that it brings a little bit of clarity about pain and suffering, about your ability to transform your life. And I wish you all the best now and always. And I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I really think that this life was meant to be shared. The joy, the pleasance, the, just the enthusiasm and the gratitude that we should all feel for being alive right now should bubble up to the surface and be shared with everybody. So peace, love, and blessings to you now and always. Go get it. Peace.